We're still unsure whether it's possible.
Like, I am the most unfit I have ever been in my entire life. This is crazy.
Good morning and welcome back to the channel. So today is a very exciting day because we start a brand new project on the channel. And this one isn't for me, but for one of my best mates, Dan, who you're going to meet shortly. But in 12 months' time, he is going to take on the biggest challenge of his life, and he's going to do a full Ironman. This is him now. This is the challenge that he's going to be taking on. And we are going to document the whole thing from start to finish. We want to find out, is it possible for an average person with a normal job, with a normal social life, to take on the amount of training that you're gonna have to do to compete in an Ironman? And is it possible for him to do that in 12 months? We're gonna have some help. We're gonna have coaching from an incredible ex-Olympic coach. We're also gonna have input from other incredible people to figure out whether we can do this. Because we know that a lot of people have the milestone or the bucket list thing to do an Ironman. And so we want to figure out, is it possible? Can it be done? And that's what this whole series is all about. Welcome to Couch to Ironman. All right, so it's day one. I'm just about to go meet Dan and introduce him to you guys, introduce this whole thing, talk about why we're doing it, talk about what's been planned for the next 12 months. Oh man, I am excited for this one. Hello, mate.
Brother Grant.
How are we doing?
I'm good, how are you?
It's about to kick off! So, Dan and I have been best friends for how many years? Like 4 or 5 years?
That was nice.
Dan was the best man at my wedding. I was the best man at his wedding. Yeah. And so, yeah, we're pretty good friends. Actually, let's sit down. Look at this. This is much better.
Nice little situation.
I guess you've always talked about doing an Ironman, right?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much since I learned about them, I've, for some weird reason, really wanted to do one. Which is like a stupid goal because I don't know if you like know much about Ironman. It's a 2.4 mile swim, which is nearly 4K, 112 mile bike ride, which is 180K, and then a marathon, 26 mile, 42K run. After you've done the swim and the bike. It is absolutely nuts and a challenge of like mental and physical endurance. One of the greatest challenges, organized challenges I think you can do. Why would you want to do that? I think I've always been drawn to like endurance sports. Yeah. I think I find just endurance challenges so amazing. So whenever I read about them, whenever I hear about them, I think it is, to me, that's almost like the pinnacle of like physicality is those endurance sports. And so I think I'd always wanted to test myself in that way. Yeah.
Still stupid. But yeah, we chatted about this like a few months ago. It happened to like coincide with a visit that I made down to the guys at Wattbike, and we chatted about potentially doing some sort of project on the YouTube channel. And I had this like literally these conversations with Dan in my mind. So we asked them, we were like, would you be up for helping us put together this video project to basically get Dan to Ironman level in 12 months time? And they were like, yeah, sure, we'd love to help you do that. So that's why we basically, sit here now. And we're just about to sort of embark on, this ridiculous journey. But I think that like one of the most interesting things is I think that a lot of people have this goal of Ironman, right? Like you're not alone. I think it's one of the most like popular bucket list, like extreme things. There's probably a lot of you sitting at home right now thinking that's definitely not on my bucket list. But for a lot of people it is, right? And I think that one of the challenges with it is in order to train for something like an Ironman, you just have to do a lot of hours because you're going to be out there doing endurance sport for, I don't know, 12, 14 hours or something like that.
I wish.
And yeah, you hope. Yeah. What we wanted to figure out was like, is it feasible to train for something like this in amongst real life, right? Because you've got a job. Yeah. Like, tell the viewers what you do.
Yeah. So I am a junior doctor. I graduated last year, almost a year into the job now, which is pretty brutal at times. So we'll see how we can fit this in. Also just got married. Hi Lydia, love you.
Lydia will make a feature on this video series, I'm sure.
So there's a lot of things to juggle, but it just seems like this is the time to do it.
And I think that that's like what we want to prove. Like, if you can train in amongst a junior doctor like schedule and real life, being married, social calendar, all of that kind of stuff, if you can do it, then we're hoping that that means that like most normal, average, real life people like could do it. And so we have like the amazing privilege of, we have a coach who we'll introduce a little bit more in the next video. Yeah, who is very accomplished. I think you're going to enjoy what he has to say. But yeah, like we've got a few different people involved. We're going to go into that in more detail in this series, but like some specialists. And so if we can make it happen, we want to release as much of like the information to you guys so that if you wanted to go and do something like this, then you have like all of the tools and advice and all of that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm well excited because I don't actually have to do it at the end. But how are you feeling?
Firstly, like excited, you know, I'm so grateful for the coach and for Wattbike for wanting to be a part of this and for, it's so cliche, is it? But like, this is one of my dreams, you know, and it, you know, with work, it could come true. I think that is, you know, but I think at the same time, this is crazy. Like I am the most unfit I have ever been in my entire life, and we're now doing this. So we'll see how we go. Well,
let's go into that then. Let's talk about where you're at right now. Yeah, I guess like where maybe you've been, like, because I guess we're not coming at this from absolute zero. You have got a bit of a sporting background, so we're not coming at it from like absolute zero.
Yeah, I've done sport in the past. From the ages of 10 to 18, I was a competitive swimmer. So I swam for a club back home and competed, was reasonably good. But when I came to uni, I'd had enough. I think that's what happens with most people who have sport.
Yeah. Pre-skill training or skill training.
So I was sick of it. So I then started rowing competitively, which was amazing. And that, I think I was the fittest I'd ever been. When I was rowing, I lost a lot of weight. I felt amazing. And then medical school, the choice was medical school or rowing. And my dad picked medical school. I picked medical school. So I gave up on that. And essentially from that point onwards, so for probably about the last 5 years, I've not really done any sport in any real capacity. So, you know, med school plus anxiety and COVID and all that meant that I probably did more damage to my body than I did good over the last little while. We're starting from an interesting place.
Yeah, and we meet coach later this week, and I guess at this point we still don't really know whether it's possible. Like, it's a little bit of a pipe dream. 12 months is like a short space of time to train for an Ironman. You said you've done nothing for the last 5 years. So we're still unsure whether it's possible. We're going to chat to coach. I mean, regardless of what he says, we're pretty committed.
I'm going to do it.
But he might align our expectations a little bit more. We're going to do a few more stats on Dan. So here's the top trump stats for Dan Adwakwa. Mate, you can't be eating that kind of stuff. You got an Ironman today. Like I said, we've got a coach lined up who is an ex-Olympian. More on that in the next video.
You're teasing them.
But yeah, we're going to have training videos, nutrition videos. We're going to have day in the life. We're going to have bike fits, lactate tests. We're going to have like a whole bunch of stuff over the next 12 months. But if there's anything that you want to see, anything that you've got particular questions about, that we can talk to the coach about, then leave a comment down below, let us know, and we'll maybe consider making some of those videos. And in the meantime, you should hit subscribe because the next 12 months are going to be amazing. But in the next video, we're going to be doing some baseline fitness tests where the suffering, my friends, will begin.
Do you know what, mate? Change my mind.
Cheers, and we'll catch you in the next one.